Let me take you through the structure of the program, what you will study, and why the sequence is the way it is. The 3 academic tiers. Tier 1, the Foundation Certificate, consists of 5 comprehensive modules. Module 1 is the Constitutional Architecture. Module 2 is the Procedural Framework. Module 3 is Costs, Fees, and the AQAF. Module 4 is Review and Enforcement. Module 5 covers Ethics. For Tier 1, the pass mark is 65%. Tier 2, the Practitioner Diploma, is 4 modules. Module 6 goes deep on the nuances of jurisdiction. Module 7 is the Craft of Writing, Determinations and Awards, the most practically demanding module in Tier 2. Module 8 addresses multi-party proceedings, and Module 9 covers mediation. Next, we will explore the advanced mastery of Tier 3. Tier 3, the Advanced Practitioner Qualification, is 6 modules, and the pass mark increases to 70%. At Tier 3, you are developing constitutional mastery, the ability to reason from first principles where rules are not explicit. Module 10 addresses advanced constitutional law. Module 11 equips you to serve on the Supervisory Review Tribunal. Module 12 is International Arbitration, covering AITAR's global position and the complete enforcement toolkit. Module 13 is the AITAR Specialist Module for Succession and Estates. Module 14 covers Institutional Leadership. Module 15 is the AIETAR Specialist Module, focusing on the critical area of electoral dispute resolution. Tier 3 marks the transition from foundational competence to deep mastery. Next, we look at the sequence and the 2 highways. The sequence is not arbitrary. Each module depends on the modules before it. Module 4 foundations are built in Module 1. Study the modules in sequence. The program is a rigorous progression, not a menu from which you simply select topics. A distinctive feature of the AITAR framework is the 2 distinct dispute resolution pathways, the 2 highways. The first is the adjudication highway. Its constitutional basis is Article 1, 3, C, 2, Article 47, and the FAA Act. It requires no prior agreement. The petitioner files, the respondent is notified, and jurisdiction is activated constitutionally. The output is a determination with 5 enforcement pathways under Rule 59.5. It is your primary route to justice. Understanding this pathway is essential. Next, we will explore the second path, the arbitration highway. The second path is the arbitration highway, sharing the same constitutional basis, Article 1, 3, C, 2, and Article 51. Unlike adjudication, it requires a prior agreement, either a pre-dispute clause or a submission agreement. The arbitration highway applies the Arbitration Act, Chapter 49, alongside AITAR 2026. It is a dual legal framework. Its output is an award, enforceable under the New York Convention in 172 countries globally. Running alongside the modules is the Practical Skills Program, consisting of 4 essential components. P1 is the moot tribunal. You will manage a hearing room in real time, an experience no workbook can replicate. Finally, we will cover the award writing clinic, masterclasses, and the judgment reading program. P2 is the award writing clinic. 6 progressively complex drafting exercises, each submitted through the ACDS for detailed feedback. Session 6, the SRT Review Determination, is marked by 2 independent assessors. It is the most demanding drafting exercise in the program. P3 is the Constitutional Reasoning Masterclass series, 4 thematic sessions per year, reflecting the current state of the law and ADR priorities. These sessions keep you engaged with live proceedings and earn 3 CPD hours each for active roster members. Finally, P4 is the Judgment Reading Program. Every quarter, a curated list of decisions is published on the Digital Gazette. A reflective note earns you 1 CPD hour, ensuring your knowledge is not static but living and current. This concludes our overview of the AITAR Training Programme. Study hard, follow the sequence, and we look forward to seeing you on the roster. The AITAR framework is governed by 12 levels of instruments in a constitutional hierarchy. At the top is the Constitution of Kenya 2010. At the bottom are the transitional practice directions. Every instrument derives its authority from the one above it. Any provision in a lower instrument that is inconsistent with a higher instrument is void to the extent of the inconsistency. You need to understand the principle. Every instrument derives its authority from the one above it, and the Constitution is supreme. Article 2(4) says, any law inconsistent with the Constitution is void to the extent of the inconsistency. This is the most powerful sentence in our framework. No AITAR rule or practice can require you to do something unconstitutional. If a rule conflicts with the Constitution governs. The AITAR roster has two active tiers, Tier A and Tier B. Tier A members are admitted on completion of Tier 1 and the Oath of Integrity. There is no value cap at Tier A. Tier B members following Tier 3 may serve on the Supervisory Review Tribunal, act as mentors and serve as assessors. They also carry mandatory professional indemnity insurance. Both tiers carry Tier 4 obligations, the annual CPD return, quarterly judgment readings, and roster fees. It is an active professional standing that requires ongoing maintenance. The roster is not a certificate you earn once and keep indefinitely. It is a commitment to professional excellence and constitutional fidelity that you must maintain every year. On successful completion of Tier 1, you will be invited to take the Oath of Integrity. This is the constitutional commitment that formalizes your entry to the roster. I want to read the oath to you now so you know what you are working toward. 1. That I will faithfully and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as a tribunal member. 2. That I will uphold the Constitution of Kenya and all laws of Kenya, including the Fair Administrative Action Act and the Arbitration Act. 3. That I will at all times act independently, impartially, and with integrity. 4. That I will give every party fair notice of any adverse finding before it is made and a reasonable opportunity to respond. 5. That I will conduct all proceedings openly, save only where the Constitution permits otherwise. 6. That I will exercise the delegated sovereign authority of the people of Kenya faithfully, for the benefit of the parties and the people of Kenya. 7. That I will maintain the confidentiality of deliberations while ensuring public accountability. 8. That I will faithfully discharge my responsibilities in the best interests of justice and in fidelity to the Constitution. So help me God. That is what you are working toward. Clause 8. In fidelity to the Constitution. Not to the institution or the parties, but to the Constitution. Every difficult moment in AITAR practice returns to this final clause. The AITAR Case Documentation System, the ACDS, is your primary interface with the program. It is where the module content is hosted, where you submit assessments, and where you receive feedback on your work. It's also where moot sessions are scheduled, your CPD record is maintained, and where you access the Digital Gazette. Your ACDS dashboard shows everything you need, from submission history to feedback. Keep it open when you are studying. The modules are sequentially unlocked. Module 1 is available immediately. Module 2 unlocks once you complete the first assessment. Tier 2 unlocks on completion of Tier 1 and the Oath of Integrity. Tier 3 follows once Tier 2 is mastered. There is no way to skip ahead. The sequence is enforced because the modules genuinely build on each other. This structure ensures you develop the necessary constitutional reasoning at every step. Each module has a workbook, a complete self-contained text covering the module's blocks, work scenarios, and assessment briefing. Read the workbook with the governing instruments open beside you. Do not read it as a summary of the rules. Read it as a constitutional analysis of why the rules are what they are. If you cannot explain the basis for a rule, go back. The video segments cover the same content in a different register. The workbook is dense, the video is explanatory and conversational. Some find the video a helpful intro, others read first then watch. Both approaches are valid. What is not valid is watching the video without reading the workbook. The written assessment tests the depth the workbook builds. Reflection questions are there to force active engagement. Write notes. They are the territory the assessment will test. Master the workbook to master the Constitution. Each module ends with an assessment. Tier 1 assessments pass at 65%. Tier 3 assessments pass at 70%. You submit through the ACDS and receive feedback within 14 days. You have one free retake. A second failure requires full module re-enrolment. This ensures mastery before moving forward. Read the feedback on each assessment carefully, every word of it. The feedback is specific and passage by passage. It is telling you exactly where your constitutional reasoning is sound and where it is not yet constitutional mastery. The trajectory from Module 1 to Module 15 is the trajectory from reading the rules to reasoning from the Constitution. The feedback tracks that trajectory for you, ensuring your practice is constitutionally grounded. Reason from the Constitution at every step. On admission to the roster at Tier A, after the oath, your first 3 live assignments will be supervised by a Tier B mentor. Your mentor reviews your determinations against constitutional quality criteria and returns Form A-M1 feedback within the prescribed period. The mentoring relationship is the most important formative relationship in the early practice period. It builds your foundation. The first discipline is specific feedback, targeting exact paragraph corrections rather than generic praise or criticism. The mentor guides your decision-making process, ensuring it is constitutionally sound without rewriting your substantive findings. Your substantive findings are yours, made under your constitutional authority. The mentor ensures the process was sound. This process ensures every determination meets the standards of registry readiness and constitutional integrity. Professional mastery through constitutional guidance. After this segment, your next step is to open Module 1 workbook and read the introductory module in full. It covers what you are entering, the program structure, the governing instruments, the 2 highways, and a module-by-module preview. It takes approximately 90 minutes. It is not optional background reading. It is part 0 of the program. Module 1 assumes you have read it, then Module 1, then the oath, then live practice, then the rest of this career. Welcome to the AITAR Tribunal Training Programme. The people of Kenya are waiting.